What's up, fan listeners? Welcome in. Very special interview with Ted Nolan, the coach of the 05-06 President's Cup team. He's here for multiple myeloma week. I guess just first of all, talk about getting that diagnosis and just how that's changed you and with your family.
I tell you, it changed me completely. I mean, it was probably the biggest shock of my entire life. I went to the hospital because I thought I broke my ribs, and all of a sudden, a week later, I'm in a cancer ward and having a stem cell surgery within a very short period of time. My blood was, I think, 95% contaminated at the time. The worst thing people could do is go in that internet and do some researching, and I started crying. I only thought I had 6 months to live, and all that. So it was. I tell you, it was the most grueling time I ever went through in my entire life. The medication, the chemo, the mood swings, and it was god awful. But thank God. With good doctors, and my wife who's been with me since she was 16 years old, going through this period of darkness and period of not knowing what's going to happen. It was very, very hard, but you just got to have a real set your mind that things can work out. And I started walking all the time, started exercising, tried to eat properly, and good Lord willing, I'm still here.
Well, yeah, I can't even imagine going through that. Back here in Moncton, obviously the building looks a little bit different than what you're used to. The city might look a little bit different. What's just it like to be back in Moncton and in this beautiful Avenir Center?
Well, there's a lot of places I've been associated with a lot longer than I was with the Moncton Wildcats, but for whatever reason, this is my favorite. It's my favorite because this is where Robert Irving give me an opportunity that I didn't have. Nobody was calling me about a job. I applied for a couple I never got responses for, and all of a sudden, out of the blue, this guy from the Maritimes gives me a call and says, "Hey, I didn't even know he owned the Moncton Wildcats," and I didn't know too much about the Quebec League except for it was one of the three major leagues. And I met with him, and his love for the city, his love for his team, and love to win. Really inspired me to come here and say we got to try to win a championship. We were very lucky to win the league championship, and just a little bounce here or there, we could have won the Memorial Cup. But I'll tell you, it was my favorite year in hockey.
So you've obviously short time, but an impact time, and even after you left, Danny Flynn continued to go on, and you talked about a little bit there, just him as a tactician, as a coach. That was quite the team. You had Josh Haptich and Matt Marquardt that went on to coaching. Did you see that in them? Did you think they could be coaching after you had them that 1 year?
Not so much Matt, but Josh. Well, actually, I shouldn't say that about Matt. He was a very well-spoken young man. He knew exactly who we had to recruit him to come up here. He's from Ontario, and how articulate he was. And but I'd never foresee him. I thought he would be in a business in some sort or leadership role of some sort. But glad that he chose hockey. On the other side, Josh Heptidge, the way he wasn't the most gifted player in the world, but I'll tell you, his commitment to the team and how good of a teammate he was, you could see him going into the coaching field because those are the type of people that make really great coaches, and hopefully it's a start here for his long, luxurious career in coaching. But I saw that, and even in Sault Ste. Marie, we had Rick Kowalski became a coach, Bobby Budner become a coach, David Matsos become a coach, Mark Mateer became a coach, Danny Lambert became a coach. So a lot of players are giving back to this game. So it's been fun to watch them grow up as young men, and now watching them as they mature and passing on that knowledge to the next generation.
Quite the coaching tree you've got there from all the players. Just one last one, as your sons were playing in the NHL and you being a coach. Is it different to watch the game knowing the ins and outs and the tactile of being a coach, or is it just something you plug out, you watch your kids, and you just enjoy the game?
I watch the game, and I enjoy to watch them and watch how they. Because I think by watching one individual, you have a better description of the game itself. Because when you have the puck, you gotta know what you're going to do with the puck, and then you start looking around where he could possibly pass it to. Then when he's open, you look at somebody who should be giving him the puck. So it's a whole different perspective watching it from a one-person view for overall of the game. But yeah, so but vast majority of the time we just watch to make sure he did his thing, and if you do your thing. Collectively, the team wins. And watching that team in LA, I mean, they're big, they're strong, they competed hard. They had a great goalie, and winning 2 Stanley Cups was amazing to watch.
Perfect. Well, thank you for your time, Ted. Really appreciate it.
Appreciate it. Thank you very much.